Okay, so this is my biosecurity plan for advanced animal science. To be quite frank, I'm not actually going to be doing it over my farm because we have not run cattle here in a long time. And when we did is when I was really young. So I don't remember exactly what all we did, if we really had a plan. If we didn't have a whole load of cattle. But anyway, the person's plan that I am going to be using is a close friend of ours. I have permission from him to do this, and he said he was fine with it. Hopefully, that'll be good enough for you. But I will not be saying his name. He did mention that he wants to keep that down low, and I agreed to that. So if there's a problem with it, just email me, let me know. But so biosecurity plan that we always kind of had is uh, pretty cool. Um, so really, as far as when we brought cattle in, whenever we had or there was a sale and he brought cattle back to his place, we always checked, made sure that they had their shots, made sure that they were healthy, and when we did have them, we'd always slowly introduce them to the herd. We'd never like just throw them right in because you never know if they are carrying a disease or if they would have got a disease that nobody knows of right away. So we always had them, separated for a little while, but still kind of around, isolated. Um, and that was even kind of the thing when even for the workers, the hired hands. If we were sick or something like that, we would let our boss know, obviously, and um, you know, depending on how serious it was, if we were sick, for a few days, then he'd want to make sure that we're feeling good before we came back, or something like that. Um, and when we did come back, he would kind of check up with us, make sure that he thought we were healthy enough to be there. Um, so same concept, because there are some diseases and other things that can be transmitted from a human to livestock, or livestock to people. So we always just kind of talked back and forth, let him know. But back to as far as the cattle, uh, truthfully, that's what we did. We always isolated any new addition to the herd for a few days. Couple, usually it was about a week or a week and a half. Uh, and then the other thing is, because he does have a business through his cattle, um, sometimes we'd have tourists come through, and we'd have to ask them questions before they came to the property. Have they been out of state? Have they, or are they from a different country? Have they had all these shots or different things like that, to make sure that they're healthy, so that way they don't bring something from their country or different state to the farm, because obviously that could be catastrophic if it was something serious, because he made a big living off of his cattle. So if they were out of state or something like that, or had been out of the country for so many days, we'd ask them to wait on their time period of coming. Pretty much like what's going on right now. We'd ask them to quarantine themselves for a little while, just to make sure that nothing bad happened.